Top inside player, the biggest guy on their roster, George Akpele, A-K-P-E-L-E, a 6'9 senior from Atlanta, Georgia. And so we are set to go here as Akpele will jump it up against Dinma Odiakosa. Pretty good crowd settling in here.
Everybody must have their Christmas shopping taken care of. Sit back and enjoy the game.
Everybody except Tim Jankovic. He tells us he has a ways to go yet as the tap is controlled by who? The Redbirds get it. As Rubin sets up Phillips, and Illinois State comes across the timeline, and Grambling sets up in its man-to-man. Lloyd at the top, delivers to the left wing. Rubin has it there. Alex deals to the high post. Odiakosa down low. It goes Carmichael. A jump hook, no, but a whistle and a foul is called early in the game. Already one foul on the Grambling State Tigers. It goes against Darren Bryson.
Well, they got Bryson matched up against Cartwright, and Cartwright's every bit of 6'9", and Bryson is listed at 6'4", and he's not close to 6'4". So.
Jackie Carmichael on the free throw line to shoot a couple, the first of which rims no good.
Matchups are going to be a problem for Grambling all night.
Carmichael, a so-so free thrower early in his career, as he came into the game at 58%. One more opportunity for the freshman. He got that one, so he splits the free throws, and the Redbirds have the first point of the game. And now it's Grambling State with its first possession of the game as Kevin Lloyd dribbles in the backcourt against Lloyd Phillips. Kevin Lloyd comes to the right wing, moves it up to Qualls, who comes left of the lane, picks up his dribble, and gets it back out to Lloyd. Now Harris on the right wing for Grambling State, attired in black uniforms with white and gold trim. The Birds, of course, in their home whites. Quick move by Darren, and now the shot from outside is good. Qualls hit a three, and Grambling State has a 3-1 lead.
Well, Qualls has got good range. He's their top three-point shooter, and you got to get out on him.
A junior from Hodge, Louisiana, as Phillips has it up high for the Birds. Here's the feed inside. Dinma layup, blew it. Carmichael the rebound, shot fake, and now he scores. Jackie has all three of the Redbird points, and we're tied 3-3.
Boy, those two, Dick, are becoming quite a tandem inside, aren't they?
Odiakosa and Carmichael, as Lloyd has it to Darren Bryson. Now it comes back out, right of the lane drive, and a jump stop by Lloyd, who gets it back. Against Lloyd Phillips, Kevin Lloyd. Battle of the Lloyds there as he moves to the left wing, and his pass tipped by Lloyd Phillips, and Phillips leaping over the scorer's table to try to save it in. He couldn't get there in time. Still belongs to Grambling State.
We need our sideline reporter to kind of tap that one back into play. Evans is sitting over there, and he's got to get active, Dick.
Now Lance Furtado, junior from Long Island, transfer from Drexel into the game as the quick inbound pass produces a three, and it's good for Donald Qualls, who's made 2 threes, as the Birds didn't cover him up on the inbound pass, and Illinois State down now by 6-3. Phillips to the left wing to Rubin. Alex gets it up high to Odiakosa. Now right wing Phillips inside Carmichael. Pass too far for him. It goes out of play. Turnover against the Redbirds. And Furtado will inbound it to Kevin Lloyd. Kevin Lloyd across the timeline against the Redbird man-to-man. Here it comes high post. Furtado gets it back to Lloyd, and he walked with it, which reminds us of the folks at Susie Davis Travel. Contact them today to find out more about their exclusive nonstop winter departures from Central Illinois.
A little give and go there. Lloyd, I thought, was wide open. He was a little surprised and traveled, but boy, he had a good wide open look if he'd have put it up.
Teams trade turnovers, and here's Osiris Eldridge with it for the Redbirds. Up to the top he comes, delivers to Rubin. Now inside as Carmichael gets it, the whistle blows and a foul is called, and they're having trouble with Jackie Carmichael here early in the game as they fouled him again there. Furtado picks up his first.
Well, the problem is Carmichael's 6'9", very athletic, and the guys guarding him is 6'3", and athletic, but you cannot give away 6-7 inches in the paint.
Birds inbound after the second team foul against Grambling State. Here's Carmichael with it, left wing Lloyd Phillips. Lloyd deals to Rubin. Now inside to Odiakosa. Dinma against Akpele, turns, fires, and rims it not good, and the rebound Harris for Grambling State. Harris flies across the timeline and now sets up their point guard Kevin Lloyd. High post pass, Akpele back out to Furtado, and now Lloyd has it. Harris nearly lost it as Osiris had his hand in there. Harris, bounce pass down low. Akpele against Dinma, turns, fires, and scores. 8-3 in favor of Grambling State as the visitors are off to a good start. Pele that time jump hooked at home from about 5 feet as Osiris takes the pass on the left wing, nearly had it stolen as he goes to the left baseline. Now pulls up, 15-footer. That's not good. Rebound, Dienma kept it alive, but it's taken by Harris. Pass tipped. Osiris tips it again, gets it, goes to the goal, and dunks it. And the Redbirds are back to within 3 on a spectacular defensive play by Osiris Eldridge.
Boy, and what great effort, huh? Tipped it up in the air and went and got it twice.
Tipped it to himself 2 times. How often do you see that? As now the ball is tipped out of bounds here by Lloyd Phillips. And Tim Jankovic up clapping, likes the effort. As now we see Reese Perkins, a 5'10 senior out of Las Vegas, into the game. Going to the bench is Rydell Harris. Akpele up on top. Gets it back to Lloyd. Kevin Lloyd moves to the right baseline. Spins it up high for Tato, a drive, and over Carmichael, he scores. Tough left-hand jump hook over the block effort. They're back up by 5 at 10-5. Lloyd Phillips now for Illinois State across the timeline. Left wing, it comes to Rubin. Alex dribbles away from his man and now finds Osiris in the paint, driving. He walked with it. He got tangled up a little bit with a defender, and that's another turnover against the Redbirds as now we get to our first officials timeout. Not a real good first 4 minutes of this game for the Birds with 15:57 left to go in the first half. It's 10-5. The visiting Grambling State Tigers have the lead as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Before you hit the road for the holidays, let the seasoned experts at your American Car Care Center, Davis Tire and Auto, make sure you're traveling safe. Their winter special gets you an oil and lube, oil filter, rotation, and 24-point safety inspection for just $29.95. Get your coupon at davistire.com. Get a $40 instant rebate when you buy 4 Michelin Select tires. And ask about the Davis Tire Exclusive Freedom Plan. Locally owned Davis Tire and Auto have successfully served Central Illinois for 36 years.
American Car Care Center.
Davis Tire and Auto, 1809 Eastland Drive, Bloomington.
When the lights go out, think Generac. Generac automatic standby generators from Midwest Equipment. Keep your home and family safe and comfortable. Have a Generac automatic standby generator installed now and never worry about the power going out. It's installed directly to your LP or natural gas, so you don't have to do a thing. It knows when you lose power and comes on automatically. When the power is back on, your Generac automatic standby generator shuts itself off. It's as easy as calling Midwest Equipment, 454-6800.
Join me, Ron Ross, for information, trivia, interesting talk, and more late mornings on McLean County Station for the Illinois State Redbirds, 1230 WJBC.
Redbird women's basketball team on top of Eastern Illinois, 77-61 with 3 minutes left. We will hear from head coach Robin Pinchton coming up at halftime of this contest. But now back out to Doug Collins Court at Redbird Arena.
And our sideline reports, Zach, are brought to you by Central Illinois Regional Airport. Fly nonstop to Dallas-Fort Worth from Central Illinois Regional Airport, and the world is one stop away. Let's head to our sideline reporter, Bruce Evans.
Guys, discussion over here about defense for the Redbirds, and I don't know if it's bad defense by the Birds or just good offense by Grambling. Right now, Grambling has not missed a shot. 4 for 4 from the field, 2 for 2 from the free throw line, or beyond the three-point arc. Right now, the coaching staff says, man, we got to play a lot harder on defense. Dick, Matty?
As Grambling inbounds it, 3 former Redbirds just introduced to this nice crowd. Anthony Slack, let's get back to the play here for a moment. Qualls has it up on top, moves to the right of the lane, and forces the pass inside. That produces a whistle and a foul against the Redbirds. Champaguchi, Anthony Slack, and Emmanuel Holloway all here watching their ex-teammates in this game.
I'd send them to the table, let them check in right now, put them out there with Dima and Osiris, and let's play 5-on-5 for a while. Great players.
Foul on Jackie Carmichael. It's his first, team's first. Grambling State has put it in play. Here's Qualls to the wing. Lloyd down the baseline with a pass to Akpele. Turns, lost it, loose. He got it back as Carmichael has knocked it away, and now it's knocked out of bounds, and it belongs to the Redbirds. Great defense there. They finally forced the turnover, and Illinois State gets it back. As Lloyd Phillips comes across the timeline. We're almost 5 minutes into the game. The Birds trail 10-5 as Phillips is in the front court, guarded now by Qualls. Here it goes to the corner. Rubin inside to Carmichael and an easy layup. Nice pass by Alex. Carmichael's second basket. He got 5 points in all, and it's 10-7. Birds down 3. Now Furtado to Qualls. The lob down low. Akpele against Carmichael. Back out. Here's the drive and the scoop from Perkins back outside. And now Perkins gets it back and deals it out to Furtado. Drives on Thornton, who checked in during the timeout. Pass down the baseline. Akpele turns, fires, misses, but Carmichael's called for another foul, and that's 2 quick ones on Jackie, and that's not good. That'll get him to the bench as Odiakosa, who went out when Thornton went in during that last timeout, will check back in.
Boy, not a lot of contact. He said he hit him on the shooter on the elbow, and that got Carmichael his second foul.
Meanwhile, to the free throw line for 2 goes Akpele. 4 for 10 this year from the line. He misses that one. And now Dienma comes into the game. Grambling State as a team does not shoot the free throw too well, 67%. Still 10-7, Birds down 3. And Akpele to shoot another one. It's good. He got 1 out of 2, and the Redbird deficit is 4 points at 11-7. As Osiris comes across the timeline. Eldridge all the way to the free throw line. Pull up 16-footer. Yes. Eldridge with a burst of speed off the dribble. Gets himself an open jumper and nails it. And the Redbirds now within 2. It's 11-9. Lloyd for Grambling State. Bounce pass to the high post. Furtado, a shot fake and a drive and a foul as he makes the layup. As Thornton got beat off the dribble, tried to make up for it from behind and committed the foul. It's now 13-9. Grambling State.
And Illinois State appears, Dick, in this first 5-6 minutes of this game to be about a half a step slow, maybe a little jet lag.
As Furtado, who already has a couple of field goals, goes to the free throw line. Whereas so far this year, he is 9 for 19. Tries to convert the three-point play and does. And their lead is back to 5. They've had 3 5-point leads. That's been their biggest, as now full court pressure is applied. Eldridge gets it back to Rubin, deep in the backcourt. Now it's Osiris, and he'll move it across the timeline with plenty of time to spare. Here's O, moving to the right, spins it back to Phillips. Lloyd fires a 3, and it's way short. And the rebound, a scramble for it, and a whistle, and a foul on the Redbirds. Odiakosa trying to wrestle it away from Furtado is called for his first foul. That's 4 already on the team, and all 4 of them, Mike, against Illinois State post players.
A couple of unusual ones, too. I didn't think there was a lot of contact there. A loose ball on the floor, and obviously the Dienma held his man trying to get to the ball.
And they're calling it close, and the Redbirds had better adjust as now Osiris out in the passing lane knocked it out of play. It'll still belong to Grambling State. They still have 26 seconds to shoot. 13:51 left in the half, and the Birds down 5 here, 14-9. They led early 1-0. They've not been ahead since then. Here's Lloyd to the wing. Akpele, a long one. It's not good from 18 feet, and the rebound, Kellen Thornton. The leading rebounder for the Redbirds in terms of rebounds per minute. Cross-court pass. Here's Rubin. Great feed inside as he made it. A whistle and a foul called against the visitors. And it's Akpele who picked up his first. He was holding the man for whom that pass was intended. I think that was Thornton, as the Redbirds now will inbound it.
Yeah, Akpele really needs to stay out of foul problems, Dick. He's really the only size that Grambling has to offer.
Nobody else taller than 6'5" who plays an appreciable number of minutes. They do have a guy on the bench who's 6'8", but he has not played very much at all this year as the ball is inbounded by the Redbirds. Here's Dienma in traffic. Nearly had it poked away, regains it, and finds Thornton. Thornton comes out, feeds Phillips. Justin Clark just checked into the game. The freshman from Independence, Missouri, moves to the top, lobs it to the corner as Thornton deals it outside. And now Lloyd Phillips with it. Lloyd with 14 to shoot. Pulls up, fires, misses, a dunk on the foul by Osiris Eldridge. His third basket. Redbirds within 3 at 14-11 as nobody blocked off O. Furtado, a 3 at the other end is rolling no good, and the rebound Dienma. Odiakosa, the outlet to Lloyd. Phillips across the timeline to Osiris. Here's his 3. That's no good, and the rebound tipped by Odiakosa, and he saves it in, but then Thornton lost it. Back comes Grambling. Perkins to the corner. Qualls a 3. It's good. Walls has another three. That's 2 for him. One that I gave earlier to him should have gone to Kevin Lloyd, but that elevates the Grambling State lead to 6, the biggest of the game at 17-11. Justin Clark now from the wing, a driving shot. That's not good off the glass, and the rebound for Grambling State. Lloyd across the timeline. Goes to the corner. Walls open again. He missed it this time, and the rebound chased down by Dienma. And he gets it back to Osiris.
And Grambling playing with a lot of confidence, especially at the offensive end. Shooting the basketball with a lot of confidence.
Shooting it, they are 6 for 9. And 3 for 5 from 3. That fast stat brought to you by Sean Craig from First Midwest Securities, your retirement income specialist. Here's Dienma turning and laying it up and in with the left hand as he beats Maurice Wilkerson, the 6'8 player I just mentioned, who doesn't play very much, but he's in there now, as now we get on a 30-second timeout, called by Grambling State here all of a sudden, as this timeout is brought to you by O'Brien Mitsubishi. Visit today at Fort Jesse Road and Veterans Parkway in Normal, or at O'BrienTeamNormal.com. The bucket by Odiakosa cuts the lead to 4. Illinois State trailing 17-13 as we head back to our studio host, Zach Parcell has the latest on that ISU women's game.
It's a final now, Dick. 82-66, the Redbirds winners. We'll hear from head coach Robin Pinchton coming up at the half. Back out to you.
The Birds trailing by 4 here. They were down by 6. They've been up only once in this game, and that was when it was 1-0.
And Grambling, I'm sure, took that timeout, Dick, get things set up defensively. They're really undersized now, but they do have 6 guys on the floor, so maybe something has changed, and they're going to have to shake one of them. They got 6 out there.
DeMarcus Blunt is into the game for them, but yeah, they do have 6.
Yep, there Lloyd just went back to the bench.
Torres Young also in. And Terry Johnson in for Illinois State, as across the timeline comes DeMarcus Blunt. Now moving is Alan St. Gelais. First we've seen of him. They've almost emptied their bench, Grambling State did. As with it up on top is Torres Young driving into the lane. Bumped by Clark. The pass batted. Johnson nearly had it stolen. Now it is out of bounds off of Grambling. Good defense by the freshman. Clark and Johnson, they combine to force the turnover, and the Redbirds will get the ball, as now we have an official's timeout called with 11:19 left in the first half, and the Redbirds down here against Grambling State 17-13 as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
You've just got to love the stuff that pays for itself and then some. Stuff like peak quality Anderson windows installed by Hummin Lumber. For the pros at Hummin Lumber, it's easy. And for you, it's easier, especially when you take advantage of that federal tax credit. You've been hearing about how reliable and efficient Anderson windows are for years. Now it's your chance to save every month on your heating bill. No one comes close to protecting you like Anderson. A quality window from a company that makes your projects easier. Hummin Lumber, 1707 East Hamilton Road.
'Twas 2 days before Christmas. It's the same every year. You've waited till crunch time to get into gear. So many to buy for in such a short time. The lines at the mall should be considered a crime. Z-Mart Superstore has remote starters for your wife who despises the cold, and rust-proofing for dad so his truck never looks old. A gift card for your boss and your brother too. A DVD player for your kids that's really for you.
Hi, this is Matt. From our family to yours, happy holidays. Visit us online at zbartsuperstore.com and join the Redline Rewards Club to receive your instant $30 coupon.
Hey, Redbird fans, I'm R.C. McBride. Join us for a lot of information and fun every afternoon on the Voice of McLean County, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
17-13, Redbirds are down 4. Let's go to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Here's Bruce Evans.
Well, guys, Maddie just a little while ago said it looked like Grambling was just a step quicker. Maybe the Birds have jet lag. Birds are countering by trying to get some manure guys in there. Terry Johnson trying to get some life into this defense, really. Not so much the offensive side, but defensively, the Birds look very, very slow and sluggish. Gentlemen?
Yeah, for sure. Well, Mike, you said you're hoping that the Birds can hold Grambling to 35% from the field. They're almost twice that right now.
Well, and I was hoping we'd get 9 guys in the scoring figures for Illinois State. So far, we only have 3, led by Eldridge with 6. So, boy, things are breaking down. That's why we're behind, Dick, and that's why those are the keys.
They're apparently good keys, as Terry Johnson comes across the timeline for Illinois State. Johnson out there now with Clark. The two freshmen with Odiokosa, Eldridge, and Thornton. Kellen has it up top. Now to the left wing, Johnson. Moves it over to Justin Clark. Right of the lane. He drives, pulls up, fires it back to Johnson. 15 to shoot. Now Justin a three. It's a little long. Rebound, Kellen Thornton on the offensive end. Goes to the goal as he spins and shoots it. Good. He got the roll. Thornton's first basket. So now 4 Redbirds have scored as the lead is cut in half. 17-15. Birds are down 2. At the top, here's Blunt with it. The lob inside, bad pass. Thornton got a piece of it. A scramble for the loose ball. Who's going to get it? They're going to have to call a held ball. They do. Grambling State's turn.
You know what's the unusual thing about that loose ball, Dick, and held ball? Only one guy had a hold of it. How can that be a jump ball?
Well, others had their hands on it.
On him?
Well, I saw somebody else with a hand on the ball.
Really? Okay.
Well, at some point, maybe I looked at a different time than you did.
Well, I looked back and I saw one guy with the ball, and they called a jump ball.
Akpele is back in the game, as is Furtado, as head coach Bobby Washington is making a lot of substitutions here early in this game, which his team leads right now, 17-15. Lloyd back in there as well. Kevin Lloyd now outside the Qualls. Here's Furtado. Down the lane he goes. The pass to the corner. Now back out to Lloyd. 5 to shoot as he fires with 3 on the shot clock. Misses it badly. The rebound for Kellen Thornton. Tony Lewis in for the Redbirds. Tipped that ball to Thornton. And the Birds come across the timeline. Lewis in there instead of Odiokosa as Johnson drives toward the goal. Now spins back out and sets up Clark at the top. Under 10 minutes to play here in the first half. Birds down 2 as Johnson has it on the left wing. High post, 15-footer. Lewis rims it good. Tony Lewis scores the goal and ties the game at 17. And now 5 Redbirds have scored. We're keeping track for you, Michael.
Oh, I need the help.
Kevin Lloyd hands it off to Furtado. He hands it to Perkins, who moves it back outside. Furtado can't go anywhere. Now Perkins against Osiris. Moves into the lane, the pass to the corner. Furtado with 13 to shoot. Drives and gets it knocked away. Picked up by Lewis, who leads the fast break the other way. Lewis tries to get it back out, but he's fouled before he can do it, as Osiris had spotted up for a 3 on the left wing.
Well, you got to give Lloyd credit, I guess, for jumping in front and trying to draw the offensive foul as Tony Lewis came rumbling down the lane, and he had one thing in mind, and that was to get to the rim.
Kevin Lloyd commits his first foul, 4th on the team. Out goes Osiris Eldridge for his first rest. Rubin back in for the Redbirds as the inbound pass comes to Lewis at the high post. Now out to Alex Rubin. Rubin back to Thornton. A 3, and it is good. Kellen Thornton is shooting threes at over 50% for the year. He had 2 big ones in the win at Utah, and now the Birds have their biggest lead of this game at 20-17. Furtado with it on the left wing. Spins it up high. Perkins against Rubin. Pulls up, 18-footer. No. Off the side of the rim. Rebounded by Lewis. And the Redbirds fly the other way. They've scored the last 9 points in the game. Johnson with it. Terry deals to the wing. Another 3. Thornton missed that time. And the rebound for Qualls. Donald Qualls races the other way. Nearly lost it. Now regains it, right of the lane drive, and he drew the foul as he is quick. Clark lost him and tried to make the play from behind and couldn't get it done. It's the first foul on Justin. And it was on the shot. So free throws are coming here for Grambling State with 8:26 left to play in this first half.
Well, Paul's listed at 5'7", Dick, has a tremendous crossover and just kind of locks your knees up. That time he locked up the knees of the defender trying to stop him, and he got to the goal.
As the free throw is good for Qualls, his 7th point of the game, he cuts the lead to 2. Kellen Thornton is now 6 for 10 from three-point territory this year.
Well, he looks very comfortable shooting it. He's got a nice release point, and I'm sure they encourage him to keep putting up the threes.
Another one for Qualls, and he missed that badly. The rebound off the front of the rim, and Akpele gets it from the second slot and deals it back out to Lloyd, and they start the offense over again as they can tie it now with a basket or take the lead with a 3. To Darren Bryson back in the game, finds Perkins. He gets it back to Bryson, who fumbles it and manages to get it back up, but it's tipped by Johnson. Now Terry runs it down, and he's fouled from behind by Perkins. A very aggressive foul by Aris Perkins. He wasn't going to give up the layup. First on him, 5th on the team. The Redbirds will inbound it.
And not a bad play by Perkins. It would have been a layup, and I kind of like the play the young man made.
He stopped the layup, and the Birds don't even get free throws because it's only the 5th team foul as Clark inbounds it to Dienma at the high post. Now it comes to Lewis in the corner. Johnson gets it down in the post to Dienma, who bangs with Akpele, turns, fires, scores. Second basket for Dienma Odiakosa. Redbirds now up 4, their biggest lead at 22-18 at the other end. Down low is Perkins, gets it lower to Akpele, and now back out, and they'll start over again as they tried to beat the Birds back but couldn't get it done. Akpele in the corner, Qualls now up top. With it there is Bryson. To Darren Bryson, moves toward the left, picks up the dribble, shovels it to Lloyd. Now back outside, Qualls a 3, missed it. Rebound Tony Lewis. Lewis comes the other way. And now gets it back to Johnson, the trailer, who fires a 3 and misses it a little bit long. Rebound Lewis and Odiakosa there together, and a whistle and a foul is called against the Redbirds. It's Tony Lewis pushing off to get position for that rebound. His first, and the team's 6th as we get to another official's timeout. 7:13 left in the opening half now. Redbirds have the lead here over Grambling State, 22-18, as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Pub 2 in Uptown Normal is not just a sports bar. Sure, you can watch all your favorite college and pro teams on the 4 big screens and 16 other TVs, including HD TVs. But do you know how great the food is at Pub 2? Pub 2 offers daily food and drink specials, and they have the best cheeseburgers and cheese balls anywhere. And because their prices are so low, you can afford to bring the whole family. So tonight or after any game, stop into Pub 2, a Redbird supporter since 1974, corner of College and Linden in Uptown Normal.
This holiday, you know what I'm getting my husband? A cat. That's right, a cat. Cats are cute and cuddly. They make great pets. You can train them. You can play with them. You know what I'm getting my mother? A cat. My father? A cat. That little girl, Susie, from across the street. You know what? She gets 2. I like her. We can even start a cat Christmas play or cat carolers. Little antlers on their heads.
As the pressure of holiday shopping finally got to you, relax. Meijer has all the gifts you need, from electronics to toys to clothes. All at low prices, so you won't lose your shirt or your mind. Meijer. Higher standards, lower prices.
Redbird basketball on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network is brought to you by Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security?
22-18, Birds up 4 here, just over 7 minutes left in the first half. Let's go to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Bruce Evans is right by the Redbird bench.
Well, guys, Birds have really found something offensively they like, and that is going inside of the paint, outscoring them 12-6. And certainly Coach is saying, let's run that play over and over again as Dienma is getting open. Every time they swing the ball around, they're getting good looks. They just want to keep pounding it inside if they can, guys.
And Dienma back in. Thornton sits down, and we see Lloyd Phillips back on the floor. Terry Johnson takes a seat. Redbirds, Mike, 1 for 6 from 3. And 10 for 20 overall, so they're 9 for 14 inside the arc, illustrating what Bruce said.
Yeah, Bruce makes a very valid point. The ball does need to go inside, but those shots are available from outside the arc because of the style of defense Grambling's playing.
Perkins has it in the free throw circle, delivers it back outside. A shot fake by Wilkerson, who's back in. Now here's the pass inside from Furtado to Qualls, who's fouled on his shot by Justin Clark. He missed the shot, but he'll go to the free throw line as Justin picks up his second. That's already 7 fouls against the Redbirds. The Birds, who've done pretty well overall, Mike, avoiding the foul this year, have had a little trouble in that department against this quick Grambling team.
Yeah, they really are a very tough team to defend, Dick, because they spread the floor on you and penetrate with the dribble drive. And they're tough to keep in front of you because they're outstanding team quickness.
As Qualls makes the first of 2 free throws and cuts the lead to 3.
Part of the problem, Dick, they play 4 guards, as Coach Jankovic alluded to in the pregame. They're very quick, and they play 4 guards most of the time, so the matchups are awfully hard.
Another free throw is good. Qualls came into the game at 80% from the line. Now has 3 of 4 in this game as the lead is down to 2. 22-20, Birds on top, facing full court pressure here. After the made free throw, as Phillips, shy of the timeline, now dribbles it across. And the Birds go to work on their half-court offense. Here's Osiris with it. Up top to Rubin. Osiris just back into the game during the timeout. The lob, not a good one, intercepted easily by Wilkerson, but then he threw it away as Rubin got it back for the Birds. Phillips with it. Lob inside to Lewis. Tony, a shot fake, now a spin and a shot, not good, and the rebound for Furtado, who outlets it to Perkins. Perkins on the fly, deals it back to Lloyd. Around the horn, Furtado a shot fake. And now he goes baseline on Lewis, and a runner no good. Tony has the rebound after the good defense. The outlet to Phillips. Here's Lloyd, pull up 14-footer, no. Rebound for Grambling State. Kevin Lloyd came out of there with it, as the quick shot for the Birds was not good. And now 6 minutes to play in the half, and the Redbirds up 22-20. And now Lloyd gets around a steal effort by Phillips and gets the ball back after passing it to Perkins. Kevin Lloyd at the top for Grambling, now down to 15 to shoot. Perkins left of center. Penetrates the free throw circle. Now tries again against Rubin. Horrible shot. Great defense by Alex. The rebound, Odiocosa. And Dienma looks for a guy who can handle the ball. He finds Alex. Here's Osiris. A three is good. As Osiris off the pass drills that one from the right wing about 20 feet away, and it's 25-20. The Birds with their largest lead of 5. And Osiris now with 9 points. Here's Qualls for Grambling State. To the wing, it goes to Perkins. And now up top, Furtado, guarded by Lewis. Swings it back to the right side. Qualls a three off the dribble, not good, and the rebound, Lewis. And the outlet, Phillips. Lloyd across the timeline. At the top, left of the lane, nice pass inside to Dienma, knocked out of bounds. They say it was off of Odiocosa. He did try to get it back after Furtado had knocked it away and apparently touched it before it went out of play. Now Torres Young, the freshman from Winston-Salem, North Carolina, back into the game for Bobby Washington's Grambling State Tigers.
And Dick, one of the complaints against Grambling so far this year is they don't play hard for 40 minutes. Well, they certainly played hard for the first 15 and a half.
They sure have. They're going after it as Torres Young moves to the baseline, now shoots over Rubin and gets it. Tough 17-foot shot by Torres Young, his first field goal. And it's 25-22. The Redbird lead down to 3. 4.5 minutes left here in the half. Phillips with it for Illinois State. Left wing Osiris. Eldridge beats his man to the baseline. Layup, yes. Count the goal and a foul. As Osiris is now up to 11 and has a chance for his 12th here at the free throw line. The foul on Maurice Wilkerson. That's the 6th on the team and the first on Wilkerson.
Boy, tough shot, tough angle, and he avoided the charge by contorting his body to avoid the guy who had set up under the bucket.
Osiris been productive from the free throw line this year, 75%er, averaging 4 attempts per game. Out goes Dienma, and in for the first time Blake Mishler, the junior from Metamora, the transfer from East Tennessee State. Birds up 27-22. Osiris looks to make it a 6-point lead, and does. Biggest lead of the game for the home team. Earlier, Grambling State was up by 6. Just over 4 minutes to play in the half now as Akpele just got back in the game. He has the ball outside to Wilkerson. Now the bounce pass to Torres Young. Young at the wing, dribbles away from his defender, Osiris Eldridge. Here's Wilkerson coming out to get the pass. Now Young has it, knocked by Osiris. Young gets it back and then dribbles it off his foot out of play. Turnover against Grambling State, forced by Osiris Eldridge as we get to an official's timeout with 3:52 left to play in the first half. The Redbirds 28 and the Tigers 22 as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Celebrate the holidays with the biggest clearance savings of the year at O'Brien Mitsubishi. We're wishing everyone a happy holiday and a Merry Mitsubishi. With brand new Galant, original MSRP over $21,900, now on clearance for just $14,990. New Lancers only $199 a month. Or get a new Endeavor SUV with a huge $6,000 off. Plus, buy any Mitsubishi in stock with 0 down. Don't miss the best Mitsubishi deals of the year during O'Brien Mitsubishi's holiday clearance. All Mitsubishis are drastically reduced. Galant's just $14,990. Lancers $199 a month. Endeavors $6,000 off. Plus, the first 20 Mitsubishi sold come with a Wii game system. Happy holidays and a Merry Mitsubishi. Rush to O'Brien Mitsubishi on the corner of Fort Jesse and Veterans Parkway in Normal. Click O'BrienTeamNormal.com. Mitsubishi Motors. 60-month lease, $19.99 to its signing plus tax tag title approved credit 12K miles per year. MSRP dealer retains rebates and incentives fee while supplies last.
Redbird fans, if you're looking for fun and information, check out the Ron Ross Show for lots of interesting interviews and conversation. Weekday mornings, 10 till noon on WJBC and WJBC.com.
28-22 lead for the Redbirds here with just under 4 minutes to play in our opening half. As you heard earlier, the ISU women won their game this evening after being tied with Eastern Illinois at the half. They dominated the second half over in Charleston. They win 82-68 and get set for their next game here on Monday night against DePaul. It's Christy Cerrone night here, Mike, at Redbird Arena. The great Redbird player of the last 4 years back home.
That'll be a fun game honoring Christy, and DePaul's got a very good team, so that'll be a real challenge and a great opportunity to come out and see some good women's basketball at Redbird Arena.
And then Tuesday night, the men against Wichita State in the conference opener. Let's make a quick trip to Bruce Evans.
Guys, Tony Lewis giving the Birds several key minutes here at the power forward position. I really like his energy level as he's brought into this game. Dick, Matty?
He's still in there with Blake Mishler, who has the ball now for the Redbirds. Hands it off to Osiris Eldridge in the corner. Lloyd Phillips, the other guy on the floor, is Alex Rubin for the Redbirds, who now have 17 to shoot on this possession. Pass to the corner, Lloyd a three. That's a little off. And Lewis has the rebound and then gets his shot blocked out of bounds. It's off of Grambling State and still belongs to the Redbirds. And there's that enthusiasm that Bruce was talking about.
He has great hands. If he touches it, 99% of the time he's going to come away with it, and great strength in those hands.
That's his fifth rebound there as the Birds inbound it. Rubin with it. To the left, fires off the dribble and gets it. Alex Rubin with a three. Alex was 0 for 6 in the game at Utah from the field. He nails that one, though, and gives his team a 9-point lead, its biggest of the night, 31-22. On the right wing, it comes to Perkins, and now Qualls lobs it down low. This is Akpele against Mishler. Turns, jump hook, no good. Good defense by Blake, forced a bad shot. Lewis rebounds it. That's his sixth rebound, and now Osiris throws it away as he wanted to get the ball to Mishler at the post. I'm not sure Blake saw it coming.
I'm not so sure anybody saw it coming. Went whistling into the the south bleachers here, and Osiris had a little too much sugar on that one, Dick.
It was a streak. And it's a turnover in the end as Grambling State puts it in play. Birds were down 6 at 17-11. Since then, they've been pretty dominant in this game as Furtado goes to Akpele. Now a shot fake by Lloyd. He gets it to the corner to Qualls. They're a good three-point shooter, guarded by Rubin. It comes up to the top. Akpele has it there. 14 to shoot. Qualls can't drive on Rubin. Instead, dribbles up to the top. Now he goes to the goal, and the layup, no, but Alex fouled him with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Qualls will get to the free throw line. It's the first on Rubin, 8th on the team, but 2 shots coming here for Donald Qualls.
Well, you talk about putting pressure on the defense. Qualls is lightning quick. He refused to give up his dribble and had several of his teammates setting screens for him, and Alex was bound to fail the longer the Quails had the ball and dribbling it.
Qualls, Q-U-A-L-L-S, a 5'7", 155-pound junior from Hodge, Louisiana, misses the free throw. He has one more coming. How many Division I players are smaller than Donald Qualls? Not too many.
Not many. I'm not so sure he's 5'7" is listed. Looks smaller than that, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm not too good at that. As the second free throw is good.
Neither am I, Dick, but it's never stopped me from throwing you my opinion.
31-23, Birds up 8. Kellen Thornton just got back in the game. He receives the long pass from Phillips in the front court. And now Osiris Eldridge has it at the top of the circle as he delivers to the wing. Shot fake by Lloyd. Now a runner. No good off the side of the rim. Rebound for Grambling. They quickly get it to Qualls, who spins it up there. Not good. And Blake Mishler has the rebound. Qualls going wide of the bucket on the right. Tried to spin it up there while going back and couldn't get it to fall. And now with less than 2 minutes to go in the half, the Birds have the ball plus an 8-point lead. As Rubin into Mishler, layup, no, got it back and misses again, but Thornton tips it in. Kellen Thornton with the offensive rebound basket, and the Redbird lead is 10 at 33-23. And Blake Mishler goes back the other way, shaking his head. He had 2 good chances to get a bucket.
One from each side of the goal.
Here's Perkins. To the right wing, Qualls has it there. Now down to 1:20 left in the first half. Kevin Lloyd up top. Here's Perkins. Perkins drives the middle of the lane and spins it up there good. Help didn't come soon enough after Perkins had beaten his man, and he finger rolled it home for his first basket, cutting the Redbird lead to 8. 33-25 Birds, a minute to play in the half. Eldridge a three, and it's good. Way outside the arc, they left him alone, and Osiris feeling it, drains the shot. He now has 15 points, and the Redbirds are up 11 at 36-25 as they have slowly built the lead here in the latter portions of the first half. Here's the bounce pass inside. Perkins, who didn't want to shoot it over Mishler, instead back out, and Furtado hits a three. So they get the points right back as it's now 36-28. The Redbird lead down to 8, and it's Tim Jankovich's turn to call for a 30-second timeout, brought to you by Parkway Auto Laundry. Take a 10-minute timeout and have your vehicle cleaned at Parkway Auto Laundry.
Pretty entertaining game, Dick, for the first 19 minutes. Grambling's come in with a lot of injury, playing a lot of different people, and Illinois State may be a little bit flat, and over the last 10 minutes have played very well defensively.
Let's go to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone. Here's Bruce Evans.
Well, some folks may wonder why you call timeout with 35 seconds left in the first half. I think it's because the Birds want to practice, right? An end of a game, end of a half shot. Birds have had trouble with that last year. Had a little trouble so far this year as well. Even though you're up by, 8 points, still good to practice these situations.
Yeah, the shot clock is turned off. The game clock says 34.6 seconds left as the Redbirds will inbound it. Grambling defense set up at half court.
Will we get one shot or two, Dick?
It depends on whether we make the first one.
One or two?
I say two. But I don't know why you're asking me that.
I'm just curious.
Phillips has it up top. 18 seconds to shoot. Here's Lloyd going to the wing, handing it off to Osiris. Now 14 seconds on the game clock. Matched up against Perkins. Osiris with 8 seconds. Looks up at the clock, now drives. And now fires, and it's good at the buzzer. And the Redbirds go to the locker room up by 11. In the end, they need only one shot to elevate the lead back to 11 points. And Osiris Eldridge, who has been in a little bit of a scoring slump here recently, has 18 points in the first half. And the Birds lead it 39-28. We're back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Buying a new or used car can be nerve-wracking, but Extreme Motors takes the worry of buying a car right out of the equation. Drive Hyundais, Kias, and Nissan, and buy with confidence because Extreme Motors offers lifetime warranties on all new and used vehicles. Extreme Motors, 2029 Ireland Grove Road, and 1608 South Morrissey in Bloomington. Or visit driveextreme.com.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go Extreme. Extreme is the one. Click, click, click. driveextreme.com.
When most people shop for insurance, they're looking to buy more than just a policy. They're also shopping for someone they could trust to provide service after they become a client. I'm Country Financial Representative Eric LePan, and that's why I work hard before, during, and after your transaction to make sure you're getting the coverage you need, the discounts you deserve, and the price that fits your budget. Remember, no matter what kind of coverage you need, from auto to life, from health to homeowners, you only need to call me, Eric LePan, your country representative in Bloomington.
This is our country.
Spread the red.
Remember, for exclusive Redbird interviews, highlights, and podcasts, go to WJBC.com.
Well, the Redbirds at one juncture down 17-11, and so after that, they outscored Grambling State 28-11, and as a result, they lead 39-28. Here at the end of the first half, 18 points for Osiris Eldridge, 7 for Kellen Thornton, nobody else with more than 5, as the Birds, who started slowly, got better and better as the half went along. Now we turn it over to our studio host. Zach Parcell takes us through the majority of our halftime period. Zach.
All right, Dick, thank you very much. Halftime brought to you by Starcrest Cleaners. Starcrest Cleaners customers are spotless in the spotlight. We'll check a scoreboard coming up in a few moments. We'll take a break. When we come back, we talk about Redbird women's basketballs. The Redbird women beat Eastern Illinois 82-66. We'll hear from head coach Robin Pinchton coming up next. as the Redbird men lead 39-28 at the halftime break. Back after this on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
Hello, this is David Smith at Ron Smith Printing. On the 3rd of September 2009, Ron Smith Printing marked its 50th year of serving the graphics and printing needs of Central Illinois. Over the years, we have seen a lot of changes in the products we produce and the way we produce them. One thing that has not changed is the value we place on how our customers are treated. Whether your order is large or small, it gets the same dedicated service to see that it measures up to the expectations you have for the finished product. At Ron Smith Printing, we offer the highest quality full-color brochures, multi-page booklets, business cards, letterheads, and envelopes. We can also provide your company or organization with a full line of promotional products and advertising specialties to keep your business name and website in front of your customers. Call on us today. We're located at 2425 South Main Street in Bloomington.
Spread the red on the voice of McLean County, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
39-28, the Redbirds lead the Tigers of Grambling State at the halftime break. The Redbird women picked up a road win today, and for today's Redbird Spotlight, R.C. McBride had the call. He has more details about the game, and he's with head coach Robin Pinchton.
Illinois State knocks off Eastern Illinois 82-66, a dominating run to start the second half, 26-6. Of those 26 points, Maggie Crick had 12, joined by the victorious head coach of the Illinois State Redbirds, Robin Pinchton. All right, it was tie game at the half. Then what happened?
Tell you what, our girls just decided to start playing. I was really proud of their second half effort. I felt like we really brought it on the defensive end, and it's amazing what happens when you finally knock down some shots. But I just thought we played with a lot more toughness in the first half. We were getting out rebounded, had 9 turnovers against a non-pressing team. We talk a lot about playing hard, playing smart, playing together, and when we talk about playing hard, you can't get out rebounded. If you're playing smart, you're not going to have 9 turnovers against a non-pressing team. And just had to really challenge them to up the ante a little bit. And we talked a lot about leaving it all out there before the game started, and we weren't doing that. And so I was really proud of the way they responded in the second half.
Well, and clearly you had some senior leadership. Maggie Crick there just seemed to, again, as the cliche goes, put the team on her back.
She did. I was really proud of her second half. It's hard. You started off to a tough note, and shots hadn't been falling for a while for her. But she did a tremendous job for us in that second half, and she really put her shoulders back and said, "Hey, yeah, I can do this. I've been down this road before." I thought Ashley and Bracey played. I mean, there's a number of kids in that second half. Shayla Jackson, gosh, what a great performance by her. Such an unselfish kid. Somebody that was out of the lineup, and that's always hard to handle, but handled it with grace and has been a great teammate, and good things happen to good people. So I was really happy for her, obviously.
Well, and as you mentioned, Shayla Jackson, she had her first double-double of the season, 4th of her career. And frankly, you kind of needed that given the foul trouble that was mounting up on some of the players, and Shayla was able to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, we had some interesting lineups out there because of foul trouble. I felt bad for Nicole. That had to be a frustrating night for her. I know I was frustrated for her, but had some people step up, had to make some rotations, had to make some adjustments, a different style being called compared to what we had been used to early in the season in regards to fouls, but you got to make the adjustment as players, and we had a hard time doing that in the first half. I thought in the second half we did a better job.
Well, nice game, nice win, 6-3. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you for a big night at home against DePaul.
Thanks, sounds great.
Again, the Birds win this one 82-66 over Eastern Illinois.
RC, thank you very much. Appreciate it. 39-28, the Redbird men are on top of Grambling State at the halftime break. We'll take a break. We'll take a look at a scoreboard coming up next. This is the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
It may be a question far from the minds of young athletes, but not their parents, grandparents, coaches, and teachers. What's your idea of financial security? Just ask.
I come to all the games, watch my grandson. Financial security? It's helping my grandkids with college.
Financial security? As his dad, it's making sure he's protected when he drives. Whatever your goals, whatever your dreams, Country Financial can help you achieve financial security.
I'm a new coach and teacher, and I could sure use some help with a financial plan.
It's a personal choice. At Country Financial, there's only one right answer to the definition of financial security. Yours. So no matter where you're starting from, your Country Financial representative can provide you with a tangible plan to protect what you have today and plan for the future.
Maybe he won't be in the pros, but watch that boy shoot.
At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
See the Country Financial representative near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
This is Illinois State men's basketball coach Tim Jankovich, and you're listening to the Voice of the Redbirds, 1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
39-28, the Redbirds on top of Grambling State. Let's take a look at your halftime scoreboard, brought to you by Famous Dave's, home of the best tasting, most award-winning ribs in America at the corner of Veterans Parkway and Morrissey in Bloomington. We begin with our look around the Missouri Valley Conference, brought to you by the 2010 State Farm MVC Championship. Help celebrate the 20th anniversary of Arch Madness, March 4th through the 7th, as the Redbirds compete at Scott Trade Center in St. Louis. For Arch Madness tickets, call 309-438-8000 or order online at GoRedbirds.com. The women beat Eastern Illinois 82-66. In men's action at the halftime break, Arkansas leads Missouri State 29-27. 25 seconds left to play in the first half as Austin Peay leads Evansville 39-30. Creighton on top of Houston Baptist 44-21 at the halftime break. And tipping off in just a few moments, San Diego State takes on Drake. In the Big Ten, 5:27 left to play in the ball game, and number 2 Texas holds a 68-61 lead over number 9 Michigan State. Loyola of Maryland beat Indiana 72-67. That's the final. Michigan beat Coppin State 76-46. At the half, number 4 Purdue leads SIU Edwardsville 48-28. Midway through the first half, number 17 Ohio State leads Cleveland State 16-12. And at the halftime break, Northwestern on top of Central Connecticut State 34-22. 39-28, the halftime score in this ball game. We'll head back out to Doug Collins Court at Redbird Arena. Coming up next, as the Redbirds are on top by 11, 39-28. Back after this on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
I don't want any of the latest European fashions.
I don't want any of the hottest new CDs. I don't want any books. Honey, I don't want a shiatsu massager.
This holiday season, instead of giving the people on your list a gift card to a store that is pretty much one thing, give them a gift card to a store that is pretty much everything. Meijer, because after all, you never know what people really want.
Tell you what I would like, shiatsu massager.
Holiday gift cards at Meijer. Higher standards, lower prices.
Buying a new or used car can be nerve-wracking, but Extreme Motors takes the worry of buying a car right out of the equation. Drive Hyundais, Kias, and Nissan, and buy with confidence, because Extreme Motors offers lifetime warranties on all new and used vehicles. Extreme Motors, 2029 Ireland Grove Road, and 1608 South Morrissey in Bloomington, or visit driveextreme.com.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go Extreme. Extreme is the one. Click, click, click. DriveExtreme.com.
McLean County's voice for weather.
1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
39-28, the Redbirds on top of the Tigers at the halftime break. Before we head out to Redbird Arena, let's pause and allow our network stations to identify themselves. This is the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network.
The voice of the Redbirds.
Touchdown for the Birds!
1230 WJBC.
4-3, got it!
And WJBC.com.
Here's his three, it is good!
1230 WJBC and WJBC HD. Bloomington Normal.
Let's head back out to Doug Collins Court at Redbird Arena, and Dick Luedke and Mike Matthews.
All right, thanks a lot, Zach. The Birds with the 39-28 lead. They shot 49% in the first half, just shy of the 50% mark. They were 16 of 33 from the field, 5 for 11 from 3, made 2 of 3 free throws. Grambling State was 9 of 20 overall from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, so they shot the 3 well, made 6 of their 9 free throws. The Redbirds with a significant rebounding advantage, 19-10 was the difference there. Turnovers, 8 against Grambling State, only 6 against Illinois State's Redbirds. Redbird basketball brought to you in part by Bratcher Heating and Air. Don't let winter get the best of your heating system. Call Bratcher Heating and Air at 454-1611. Now let's revisit Mike Matthews' keys to the game, brought to you by Elroy Sports Bar in downtown Bloomington, your college and pro sports headquarters, where you can watch all of the big games on over 20 television screens in HD. Mike, how does it look?
Dick, I'm in pretty good shape right now. I said 9 of 11 ISU players must score for us to win. So far, 6 have scored, and limit Grambling to 35% or less field goal percentage, and so far. They came out shooting the ball great. We got them right now at halftime at 45%, so I feel pretty good about those keys.
Yeah, the field goal percentage has gone down as the game has gone along. They made 6 of their first 9 shots to take that 17-11 lead.
Yeah, and I need to talk a little bit to Blake Mishler because I was really counting on him to have a couple field goals tonight, and he had a couple gimmies inside and missed them, so I'm going to have to talk to Blake next time I get a chance. I need him to convert those.
Well, you better go talk to him right now.
Well, it's probably not a good idea. I'm not so sure the coaching staff will appreciate that.
Maybe not. Maybe not.
Blake will get a couple here in the second half.
Chip in and help Illinois State and Illinois Wesleyan student-athletes collect new and used tennis shoes and basketballs for a basketball mission trip to Haiti. Visit GoRedbirds.com for drop-off locations or bring the donations to the ISU women's game on December 28th. That's the game here against DePaul. Of course, the Christmas weekend coming up next, but as soon as we get to next week, a lot of action here at Redbird Arena. The women against DePaul here on Monday night, and the men against Wichita State on Tuesday night. And both of those games should be very entertaining. The Redbirds, after the Wichita State game, will play at Missouri State on January 1st, and then another home Missouri Valley contest on January 3rd against Southern Illinois. Again, individually, Osiris Eldridge leading the way with 18 points. Kellen Thornton backs him up with 7. Kellen 3 for 4 from the field. The rebounding leader, Mike, Tony Lewis with a half dozen.
Yeah, there's that guy again. We talked about how he gets involved in the game. Bruce had talked about the energy level he brings off the bench, and I think during the conference schedule, he's going to be a very integral part of our success.
Well, it is a deep team, Mike, potentially. Of course, we're relying on some newcomers, 3 freshmen, a couple of JC transfers, but those guys keep getting better every game.
They certainly do. Jackie Carmichael got off to a great start this evening, got a couple of quick fouls, so he really wasn't a factor in the first half, but I'm interested to see him when he starts playing in conference games.
Both teams warming up right now. You can hear the ball flanking off the rim as they get set for the start of the second half. 39-28, the Birds have the lead here at the intermission. We'll be back with that second half after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Hi, this is George Nordine with Nordine Remodeling. I want to let you know about 2 options for remodeling your bathroom. First, the full custom remodeling, and second, the quick and less expensive one-day bath. With a full custom, we do a complete makeover in your bathroom. Flooring, tile, bathroom, shower, vanities, fixtures, lighting, I mean everything. Project usually takes 3 to 6 weeks and costs a little bit more, but you get exactly what you want in your bathroom retreat. If your budget is limited, you might want to consider the one-day bath. We'll put a full custom bathroom tub or walk-in shower unit in, and you'll get rid of that mold and leaky faucet. It is not as dramatic, but we can make any bathroom look 95% better overnight. Which option is right for you? Call for a free consultation, and we will help you decide. Our number is 888-4662. That's 888-4662. Or you can request your free consultation online at NordineRemodeling.com.
Redbird basketball on the WJBC Country Financial Redbird Radio Network is brought to you by Country Financial. What's your idea of financial security?
Redbirds come out with the original starters. Carmichael back in there. As Mike mentioned, Jackie picked up a second foul pretty early in the first half, so he sat most of the half. He's out there with Dinma Odiakosa, Phillips, Eldridge, and Rubin are the others, as our second half entry pass is brought to you by the Alamo 2, your official Redbird bookstore and Spread the Red headquarters. Lloyd, Furtado, Perkins, Octele on the floor for Grambling State. I thought they were going for 4 there for a moment, but now Donald Qualls joins them.
Well, they tried 6 in the first half, so
didn't work that well. Phillips has it across the timeline. The Birds with the first possession, and the second half is underway as Odiakosa has it up high now, right wing Phillips. Lloyd cross-courts it to Rubin on the left wing. Alex back up top to Phillips. The senior backs off a little bit with the dribble. 15 to shoot now as he gets the screen. Goes to the left. Fires it back to Osiris. Oh, right of the lane drive in traffic. Shovels to Dinma, who dunks it. An assist by Eldridge. Odiakosa gets the easy basket. His third of the game. Redbirds have their biggest lead of the game now at 13.
Not real pretty. Very effective. Osiris kind of stumbled going down the lane.
Kevin Lloyd feeds it to Perkins, who moves to the right side all the way to the baseline. flips the pass back out. Now Furtado a three. It's too long, and the rebound, Dienma, who hands it off to Osiris. Eldridge into the front court. Inside Carmichael, and he had the ball stripped, but he gets it back and blows the layup. However, Dienma gets it, and he is fouled on his way back to the goal. So a couple of offensive rebounds there for the Redbirds as Donald Qualls commits his first. And Odiakosa will go to the line. Dienma at 55% from the stripe. Make that foul against Furtado, not against Qualls, his second, as Odiakosa makes the free throw for his 7th point.
Dienma's kind of teasing us around that 60% mark, Dick.
That's where you said he would be, as he misses that one. But Carmichael rebounds it, and he goes up and a whistle, and another foul. And this one goes against Akpele. So their other inside player gets his second foul, and the Redbirds go back to the free throw line as they now lead 42-28. Carmichael split a couple of free throws in the first half. He gets 2 more here. And the first one's good. So it's a 15-point Illinois State lead. The Birds have scored all 4 of the points that have been scored here so far in the first half. Furtado out with his second foul. Back in is Maurice Wilkerson, the 6'8 senior from Chicago. As Carmichael's next throw is good. 3 out of 4 for Jackie from the line in this game, and the Redbird lead now is 44-28. It's a 16-point bulge. Here's Lloyd with it for Grambling State. Inside Akpele. Back out Lloyd. Now back into Akpele against Odiakosa. Turns, 12-footer, flies about 15 feet. Osiris rebounds it on the other side of the rim, and Phillips is in the front court for the Redbirds. Inside to Odiakosa against Akpele. Backs in, bangs with him, turns, jump hook, yes. Dienma Odiakosa now has 9 points, and the Redbird lead is all the way up to 18 at 46-28.
Boy, Dienma has really learned how to play in the post, hasn't he, Dick? Sets up very low and uses his quickness and his power.
As Perkins drives, double teamed, he gets it up there and scores it, and count the goal. Osiris and Odiakosa were the 2 guys guarding the 5'10 Perkins, and somehow he got it up through them and got fouled as he made the shot. And that stops a 7-point run with which the Redbirds begin the half. It's now 46-30, the Illinois State lead down to 16. The foul was on Osiris, his first, as the free throw is in and out and back in. 3-point play for Perkins. He now has 5 points, and the Birds are up 15 as Phillips walks the ball across the timeline. 18 minutes to go in the game. Here's Rubin back out to Eldridge. A 3, no, too long. Rebound kept alive by Dienma, who dives to try to keep it alive again, but it's rescued by Lloyd, who goes up and gets his shot blocked by the other Lloyd, Lloyd Phillips. Out of bounds it goes, off of Phillips. It belongs to Grambling State. Here's the inbound feed to the wing. And now Wilkerson back out to Qualls. Jump hook inside. Akpele missed it. Rebound Osiris. Eldridge leads the charge back and throws it past Carmichael. A little too aggressive there. Grambling was back defensively, and Osiris forced a pass over Carmichael's head.
Osiris is having trouble with his control tonight. He's got a little bit too much mustard on the first couple passes he's thrown. One here in the second half, and he's got to take a little off that.
Can you be too juiced up? Osiris is juiced up this evening.
Yeah, you love to see him play with energy, though.
Lloyd to Qualls for Grambling. Now here's Wilkerson's drive and a block by Carmichael. It comes right to Lloyd, who shoots it in from 3-point range. Well, Carmichael with a spectacular block, but he blocked it right to Qualls, who was set up there at the right wing, and he drained the 3, and the Redbird lead is down to 12. And now here's Phillips to the right wing. Eldridge has the ball. Osiris finds Rubin, and now the feed inside to Odiakosa is knocked out of play. It'll still belong to Illinois State.
And another not too well-executed pass by Osiris. That one needed a little more zip. It had nothing on it.
I said Qualls on that 3-point field goal. Lloyd is the one who made that one to cut the lead to 12, as Carmichael's block went right to Kevin Lloyd. Meanwhile, a baseline drive and a jumper by Rubin off the dribble is good. Alex Rubin has made 2 jump shots in this game, both off the dribble, a little bit unusual for him, and the lead is 14 for the Redbirds. Now up top, Wilkerson for Grambling State. Perkins right of the lane. Penetrates the arc, now puts it back to Qualls, who drives on Rubin and has the ball slapped out of bounds. It is off of the Redbirds, off of Alex Rubin. Still belongs to Grambling State. Perkins to put it in play with 18 to shoot. Aris Perkins flips it to Wilkerson, and now up to the top it comes. Now to the wing. Perkins has it back. He delivers it down to Okpele, and a whistle and a walk against Okpele, which reminds us of the folks at Susie Davis Travel. Contact them today to find out more about their exclusive Direct to the Wilderness Princess Cruise tours to Alaska next summer, or visit online at suzidavis.com.
And Grambling continues to score in the paint, Dick. Their big player doesn't have real good hands or real offensive moves, and so they're getting all their offense from the outside.
Rubin to Carmichael, and the layup produces a foul as Jackie was pushed from behind, causing him to miss the shot, but he goes back to the line for 2 more free throws. And the foul on Wilkerson is his second. Wilkerson, I mentioned, from Chicago. He played at Evanston High School. As now we get an official's timeout with 15:58 left to play here in this ball game. The Redbirds lead 48-34 over Grambling State in their final non-conference game before the beginning of the Missouri Valley season a week from tonight. We're back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
What's your idea of financial security?
I see myself with my school loans all paid off. Totally. Completely. Then I'll go from there.
Well, probably knowing the roof over my family's head is protected against whatever life brings.
Kids out of the house, just me and my wife, and time to go to the place where my great-grandparents are from.
When we have enough to say, we'll be okay.
Wherever you're starting from, whatever your personal financial goals, Country Financial can help you balance your need to protect what you have with your desire to build for the future. Your Country Financial representative listens to your own definition of financial security and then helps you create a tangible plan to achieve it. At Country, we always ask, what's your idea of financial security?
See the Country Financial representative near you or visit countryfinancial.com.
15:58 left here at Redbird Arena. The Birds, who trailed early in this game by 6, lead it right now by 14. They were up 18 earlier in this half. Dick Luedke with Mike Matthews. Our sideline reporter Bruce Evans has a contribution to make. Let's go over to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone.
The guys taking a look at this stat sheet again. The Birds, 10 offensive rebounds. Can't really tell if that's because Grambling State is so small or how aggressive the Birds have been on the offensive glass. However, we have seen that as a trend the last few games for the Birds. So, Matty, you were talking about the Valley play coming up. You got Wichita State, a very strong rebounding team. Bodes well for the Birds.
Well, Wichita has been a good rebounding team, but I don't know that there's going to be a better rebounding team in the Valley this year than the one that plays in this building, Mike.
Well, I think we're a very good rebounding team, and Grambling really isn't. They're a -8 at the rebounding end against their first 7 opponents. So I think what Bruce says is very valid. It's kind of a combination, though, of us being a very good rebounding team and Grambling being a very undersized team.
Carmichael has made 3 of 4 from the line already this evening, gets 2 more here as he tries to elevate the Illinois State 14-point advantage. The free throw is good. Jackie in a groove on the line. Came into the game shooting 56% from the line, but that figure, it appears, will go up this evening. 49-34. Carmichael looks for Illinois State's 50th point, and he does not get it as it clangs off the rim. And the rebound is for Perkins, and the Redbirds run down the other way and play defense. The pass up top to Wilkerson. Now Donald Qualls against Rubin. Finds Perkins. Perkins drives into the free throw circle. Now forced to give it up on top to Qualls. Left wing, here's Lloyd. Lloyd angles toward the goal. Jump stop. Osiris is there to deny the shot. And now Qualls lost it out of play. Or Lloyd did, rather. Turnover against Grambling State.
Boy, Illinois State with great half-court defense that time. Osiris with a tremendous amount of ball pressure.
Yeah, O's had a very good defensive game. and has 18 points on the other end of the floor. As Phillips moves it into the front court for the Birds, who lead 49-34 here with 15 and a half minutes to go. Here's Osiris down the baseline. Jackie Carmichael spins it up there, not good. An awkward-looking shot as he kind of threw it up from his hip with a couple of defenders right on him. Ball is knocked out of bounds off of Grambling State, and it does belong to the Redbirds.
Well, you talk, that's probably the first freshman move he's made offensively. That could have turned to the left and had the dunk, but out of habit, turned over his right shoulder.
Rubin has it now as the Birds have put it back in play. Alex on the right wing. Spins the pass up top to Phillips. Now left side, Eldridge. Osiris baseline and a reverse layup, no. Rebound, Dienma scores the basket. Osiris further under that hoop than he thought he was, and he couldn't get the spin to put the ball above the rim, but Dienma there to follow it, and the Birds up 51-34. As Akpele has it for Grambling State. Comes to the left wing, Qualls. Guarded by Rubin, forced to give it up top. Here's Perkins with it. To Wilkerson left of center. And they pass on the perimeter here, and now they're down to 10 seconds to find a shot. Lloyd with it. Hedged by Odiakosa with 6 to shoot. Gets rid of it. Here's the fourth shot. Perkins airballed it out of bounds. Great defense by the Redbirds.
And Grambling was really out of sorts that time. Their coach was yelling at him to get into a certain set, and there was just confusion that entire possession by Grambling.
As Phillips has it for the Redbirds. Across the timeline comes Lloyd, guarded by Qualls. He spins it to Rubin on the left wing. Alex dribbles to the top, spins it back to Phillips, an open three. Good! Lloyd Phillips has his first basket of the game, and the Birds have their biggest lead of the game of 20 at 54-34. And now Grambling State in the front court. Kevin Lloyd. High post pass. Wilkerson finds Qualls. Quick three. That's no good. Off the side of the rim. Rebound. Dienma. Odiakosa. And the outlet to Phillips. Here comes Lloyd through the circle. Jump stop and another shot. That's good. Inside the arc this time. 16 feet away. Phillips, who hadn't scored through the first 25 minutes of the game, gets 2 in a row here, and a timeout called by Grambling State. It'll extend to a full timeout with 13:36 left to go in the game, and the Redbirds now up by 22 at 56-34. Back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
This holiday season, you've got to mind your P's and Q's. You're on your own with the P's. Famous Dave's can help you out with the Q. We're talking about the award-winningest Q in America. Famous Dave thinks a $25 gift card would really stick to the ribs of one of the people on your gift list. So much so that when you buy a $25 Famous Dave's gift card, Famous Dave will give you a $5 bonus for free. Every time you give, you get a little in return. So give the gift of Q from Famous Dave's at the intersection of Veterans Parkway and 150. Offer expires 12/31/09. It could be you're finally ready to walk through the big boss's door and diplomatically discuss your wonderful job performance of late, and oh, wouldn't a raise be special? Or how about a first semi-formal dinner date? Don't take chances. Take it to Starcrest Cleaners, because Starcrest Cleaners customers are spotless in the spotlight. The Starcrest team works hard to provide you with quick turnaround times, winning customer service, and a #1 product. So when it's on you that the spotlight shines, you're sure to look more than fine. Open 7 days, Visa, MasterCard, and Discover Welcome. Starcrest is your hometown cleaners.
Hey, sports fans. I always wanted to say that. I'm Todd Weinberner. I'm in the WJBC weekday lineup 9 to 10 every weekday morning. Check me out. I'll say nice things about you, I promise.
22-point lead for the Redbirds at 56-34 with 13 and a half minutes to go. Austin Hill not available in this game because of a recurrence of his ankle problem, but the hope is that he'll be ready for the conference opener a week from tonight against Wichita State. Our injury update brought to you by Orthopedic and Sports Enhancement Center, your team leader for comprehensive sports medicine. Let's now go to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone, Bruce Evans.
Well, guys, no injuries for the Redbirds, but one of our officials tonight, and in fact, the gentleman right in front of you, Tommy O'Neill, has a pulled calf muscle. Tommy out of Chicago. You know where he was this weekend? Down in Dallas, Texas, for the Texas Stadium opener for basketball, Texas versus North Carolina. So how about being down there in front of, 40,000 fans in that big house, and then coming here to Bloomington, Illinois, Normal, Illinois, for this tournament. Back to you.
As there is not a crowd of 38,000 here, but a decent crowd. We'll get the attendance figure for you later. It's got to be 6 or 7 or so, as Qualls has it up top into the game now for Grambling State is Torres Young. Here's the jumper by Furtado, who also checked in during the timeout. Missed it from 14, but it's Young who gets the rebound and then throws it away. Picked off by Phillips. Lloyd the other way. Between two defenders, was fouled by one of them as his layup effort did not get above the rim. And it's Aris Perkins, or was it? It was, it was Lloyd who picked up his second foul. And Lloyd Phillips' free throw, not good. First of two. Justin Clark checks back into the game for the Redbirds, as he replaces Alex Rubin. And Thornton checked in during the timeout. So it's Osiris, Phillips, Clark, Thornton, and Carmichael right now for the Redbirds. Another throw for Phillips. Lloyd gets that one. He has the last 6 points scored by the Redbirds, who lead 57-34. Grambling State against the half-court trap gets it across the timeline with a pass ahead to Torres Young. Now Lloyd in the corner. Qualls gets it back to him.
And Illinois State sets up half-court Dick in a 2-3.
First we've seen of that, as Young delivers to Qualls in the corner. Lloyd down the baseline. Akpele turns, jump hook, good. George Akpele has his second basket of the game, 57-36. Redbird lead is 21. And Lloyd Phillips in the front court. To the right wing goes the pass to Osiris Eldridge. Eldridge delivers left side. Justin Clark down low to Jackie Carmichael. Turns, and the 5-footer, no good. Might have been partially altered. And on the rebound, we've got a reach-in foul against Illinois State. Don Carmichael, who may have been a bit frustrated there after missing the shot. His third foul, first Redbird to pick up a third. So Grambling State puts it in play. They're down 21 here with a dozen minutes and 15 seconds to go. Here's Qualls, lobs it into Akpele, who lost it, got it back, tried to save it in, but it winds up going out of bounds. Turnover against Grambling State. That's their 12th. Redbirds have just 7 turnovers. They've taken pretty good care of the ball.
They really have, and Grambling State back in their man. Haven't seen much pressure from them on the ball yet, but they may go to full court pressure as the game plays out.
Phillips with it. Shot fake, and then he gets it back to Carmichael outside the arc. Now Lloyd has it again on the right wing. Lloyd deals it to the left wing. Thornton in the corner on that side to Osiris, who moves the pass down to the baseline, and Carmichael fouled on his way for a dunk. Didn't get to the rim, but he will get to the free throw line, as Akpele is called for his third foul. That gets us to another official's timeout. Carmichael's been a busy man at the line. He's already had 6 attempts in this game. 2 more coming here in a moment. With 11:42 left, it's 57-36 Birds, as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Are you facing an unexpected career change or early retirement? Steve Peterson, your country financial representative in Bloomington, can help you get the answers to your tough financial questions. Learn how to make the best use of your 401k rollover, severance, or other lump sum payment. Steve Peterson will review your personal situation and provide a retirement needs analysis to help guide your decisions. Discover your options with Steve Peterson, your country financial representative in Bloomington. Call today.
Securities products offered through Country Capital Management Company.
Hey, where are you going?
Headed to Buffalo Wild Wings. Going to watch the game. You want to go?
Nah, I've got to finish some housework.
Okay, but they've got 60-cent boneless wings Mondays and Thursdays.
And I've got to wash the car.
NCAA full court package showing every college basketball game.
And clean out the garage.
Did I mention 51 HD TVs? I'll take that as a yes.
Buffalo Wild Wings. You have to be there. Across from Central Illinois Regional Airport, Bloomington.
WJBC, winner of the 2009 Marconi Award as the nation's best small market radio station.
57-36, Redbirds by 21 here with just under 12 minutes to play. Redbird basketball brought to you in part by Extreme Nissan. Shift gears and test drive an all-new Nissan at Extreme Nissan in Bloomington. Let's go back to our sideline reporter, Bruce Evans.
Guys, quite a difference in the huddle from the first half to now the second half. Birds really looking to practice some of the things that they want to continue to excel at during this conference season. coming up. Earlier, remember in this ball game when Grambling got out to such a quick start, things were a little different here. Everything was a little going a little bit too fast for the Birds. Right now, they're talking a lot about exactly how they want to play some of these defenses. You're seeing some pressure defenses you haven't seen before. I believe that's only to show different things for the Valley teams coming up. Back to you.
As Jackie Carmichael goes to the free throw line, the Redbirds have been very good this year at getting to the line. They have averaged 24 attempts per game. That number actually was at 29 at one point. It's dropped a little bit, but a lot of attempts in this game. Mike, already 11, and this will be 12 and 13 right here. Most of those have come from Carmichael, as the first of two is good. So he has 9 points, is now 5 of 7, and now 5 of 8 as he misses that one from the line in this game. The Redbird lead is 22 at 58-36. Grambling State rebounded the miss and got it quickly into the front court. Now Lloyd Phillips has been called, or no, Justin Clark is called for the foul, reaching in against Torres Young. Third on Clark. And the ball inbounded by Grambling State. Here's Qualls with it. Up to the top, Lloyd around the horn. Young with the ball to the free throw line he goes, pulls up, fires over Osiris, airballs it, out of bounds. Was it blocked by Osiris? Apparently O got a piece of it.
I'm not so sure O got the ball, but I think he got the elbow or the hand.
Well, that should put the player at the free throw line. Or, I don't know if the Redbirds would be in the bonus. I guess it'd be the same exact result, except O saves himself a foul there. Here's Torres Young on the wing. Up top, Furtado tries to drive on Thornton, spins, forces up a tough shot, not good, and Kellen, after the good defense, rebounds the miss. And back it comes to Phillips. Here's the lob. Carmichael back down after making the catch, and then going up and reversing the dunk to make it 60-36. Redbird's biggest lead of the night is 24 points after a spectacular play by Jackie.
Dick, that kid's an athlete. You sat next to him on the plane, and I don't know if you were giving him any tips or not, but I'll tell you what, he can really play the game.
Qualls misses that shot down here at the other end, but Furtado rebounds it, and he puts it up and in, and so they get the 2 points back, and the Redbird lead back to 22.
And I think Carmichael might just be scratching the surface, Dick.
It's pretty exciting to think about what's ahead. Eldridge on the right wing moves up to the top and finds Justin Clark. Now inside Carmichael, back to Clark. He'll shoot the long one. It's off the back iron, no good. Carmichael the rebound, and he's fouled on his way to the basket, and he'll go back for more free throws. Well,
you summed it up. It is going to be a lot of fun to watch him play because not only is he big and strong, he's very, very graceful. He's got a great attitude, a very personable young man, and you only wish the best for him. And excited about the next 100 games in his career.
Furtado's third foul. Jackie gets the free throw. Now up to 12 points. As Terry Johnson checks in, Osiris Eldridge sits down. Carmichael out of Manhattan, Kansas. And what a great recruit he is for the Redbirds. He played at South Kent Prep in Connecticut last year, as he gets both free throws on this trip to the line.
Out of Manhattan High School, Tim Jankovic calls it the factory. Because that's where he played his high school ball. Well, he might be a little bit impartial.
Jankovic was a good player, and Carmichael certainly is as well. So they've got at least two, but I think a few more than that, actually. As Furtado has it at the other end. For the Grambling State Tigers, the Redbird lead halfway through the second half is back up to 24, but that changes quickly as Furtado gets another one to go down on a runner along the left baseline about 5 feet away, and it's 62-40. Redbird lead is 22 again. Here's Phillips inside Carmichael. Tough catch in between two defenders, and then he had it poked away and stolen. Freshman kept the ball too low that time as he comes back to block the effort by Qualls, but the block comes right to Wilkerson, who puts it in, and the lead now is down to 20 at 62-42. And Phillips comes across the timeline for the Redbirds. Moves to the right wing and picks up his dribble and finds Kellen Thornton. Now back out to Lloyd. Phillips drives and is fouled by Qualls. And the Redbirds in the bonus will go to the free throw line as Qualls picks up his first.
You know, Dick, the first 10 minutes of this game were fairly entertaining. The last 20 or 21 minutes have not been so much.
Well, the Birds have really dominated that part of the game.
Well, they've really locked down Grambling defensively, and Grambling shot the ball very well. Now they're down under 40%.
Carmichael now leaves the game, and in for him is Tony Lewis, who had a very good first half, as the free throw by Lloyd Phillips is good. All 7 of his points have come here in the second half, as the lead is back to 21, 63-42. Another one for the senior, rolls good. And it's a 22-point lead at 64-42 as the Birds try to capture win number 9 of the year here against Grambling State. Furtado, guarded by Thornton, drives to the goal. Jump stop and a shot. Nobody drew the foul, and Furtado has been making it happen at the Grambling State offensive end the last 3 times down the court. Thornton's second foul, 4th on the team, but 2 free throws here for Furtado. Out of Long Island, a transfer from Drexel, Fuertado. As he shoots the first one up and good, let's, before he shoots the second one, pause for stations to identify themselves on the Redbird Radio Network.
News, sports, weather, talk, and all things local.
This is your voice for the Redbirds.
1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
1230 WJBC and WJBC HD, Bloomington Normal.
Furtado got the second free throw as well. The lead down to 20. Now full court pressure applied by Grambling State, but the Redbirds able to get it across the timeline. Phillips has it. Moves down the lane. The pass back to Rubin, who just got in. Now Thornton a 3, and it hit the side of the board and is rebounded by Kevin Lloyd of Grambling State. Lloyd left of the lane, pedals it out to Qualls, and now back to Lloyd up on top. Furtado, who's been the scoring machine for them, but this time Thornton forces the pass to Qualls, who misses the 3. Rebound Furtado, who goes up and scores. He has 8 points in like the last 90 seconds, and the Redbird lead down to 18. He's going to bring him back all by himself.
Yeah, he's really gotten active on the offensive glass and put the ball on the floor and made a couple of real nice moves to the glass.
Meanwhile, Terry Johnson forces a shot along the right side of the lane, and luckily for him, it's blocked out of bounds by Grambling State. Redbirds still have it with 23 seconds to shoot as Thornton sits down, and Dinma Odiakosa is back in for the Birds, whose 24-point lead is now down to 18. Phillips will inbound it. Here it comes to Odiakosa at the high post and out to Alex Rubin, the junior. Rubin to Phillips in the lane. Spins, shot fake. Now he fires. Missed it. And the rebound for Furtado, who's all over the place on both ends. Lloyd with it. 2 Qualls. Back to Kevin Lloyd up on top. Dribbles away from Phillips. And now moves the ball to Furtado, who has it knocked out of bounds by Tony Lewis. Still belongs to Grambling State, but now an official's timeout. The Tigers will have 20 seconds to shoot when we return to play. 7 minutes and 50 seconds left to go, and the Birds lead 64-46. Back with more after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
Celebrate the holidays with the biggest clearance savings of the year at O'Brien Mitsubishi. We're wishing everyone a happy holiday and a Merry Mitsubishi. With brand new Galant, original MSRP over $21,900, now on clearance for just $14,990. New Lancers only $199 a month. Or get a new Endeavor SUV with a huge $6,000 off. Plus, buy any Mitsubishi in stock with 0 down. Don't miss the best Mitsubishi deals of the year during O'Brien Mitsubishi's holiday clearance. All Mitsubishis are drastically reduced. Gallant, just $14,990. Lancers, $199 a month. Endeavors, $6,000 off. Plus, the first 20 Mitsubishi sold come with a Wii game system. Happy holidays at a Merry Mitsubishi. Rush to O'Brien Mitsubishi on the corner of Fort Jesse and Veterans Parkway in Normal. Click O'BrienTeamNormal.com. Mitsubishi Motors. 60-month lease, $19.99 to a signing plus tax tag title approved credit 12K miles per year. MSRP, dealer retains rebates and incentives due while supplies last.
McLean County's voice for news, sports, weather, talk, and all things local.
1230 WJBC and WJBC.com.
Quick scoreboard update. Arkansas leads Missouri State 47-43 halfway through the second half. Evansville leads Austin P 48-46 midway through the second half as well. With 8:04 left to play in the second, Creighton leads Houston Baptist 76-40. And with 3:48 left to play in the first, San Diego State's on top of Drake 29-23. The ISU women beat Eastern Illinois 82-66. You can hear from head coach Robin Pinchton online at WJBC.com. We'll also replay that interview again coming up during our post-game coverage locally on WJBC. But let's head back out to Doug Collins Court at Redbird Arena and Dick and Maddie.
And a quick comment from our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline microphone man, Bruce Evans.
Guys, sometimes we accuse officials of not paying attention. Not so tonight. Jerry Pollard came over and said, hey, that big guy, number 32, is he a freshman? Coaching staff said, yeah. He goes, he's pretty good. Back to you.
I'm glad the guy in the stripes recognized that.
Yeah. We think they're blind most of the nights, Dick.
As Grambling is inbounded the ball for Tato at 3. Good. And, man, he is suddenly lighting it up. He has 11 points here in the recent going. Is now up to 18 for the game and brings his team back to within 15 at 64-49. Game isn't over yet as Eldridge has it on the right wing for the Redbirds. Eldridge, Johnson, Rubin, Lewis, and Odiakosa out there for the Redbirds. As the one-time 24-point Illinois State lead is now 15. Here's Osiris in the corner. Rubin a 3. Yes! Alex is 3 for 3 from the field. That his first three-pointer, no, his second three-pointer of the game. He had one earlier, and at 67-49, suddenly the Redbirds back up by 18. That's a big shot. As up on top is Torres Young, and Lewis fouls him heavily. And that on Tony is number 2. It's only the 5th on the team, so it'll be inbounded here by Grambling State.
Alex Rubin continues to shoot the ball with a lot of confidence. He had a tough afternoon out in Utah, Dick, but he said they were good shots. He felt comfortable shooting them, and tonight they're going down for him.
Grambling State puts it in play after that foul against the Redbirds. Here's Kevin Lloyd on the left wing. To Torres Young. Comes around the hedge by Odiakosa. Gets it to Furtado. 15-footer. He got another one. It's 67-51. The difference is down to 16 as Osiris trapped at half court, but Johnson bails him out. Comes out there to meet the pass, and now Furtado fouls him. That'll put Terry at the line. Furtado's 4th foul. He'd be a good guy to get out of the game, the way it's going.
He's doing everything now, offensively, defensively, rebounding, fouling. He has really come on.
Earlier, public address announcer Steve Adams introduced the 3 former Redbirds who are here. Emmanuel Holloway, Anthony Slack, and as the free throw here is not good, and the rebound is for Lance Furtado. Champaguchi also here, and introduced just a moment ago the voice of the Kansas City Royals, who happens to be attending this game as the shot is missed inside by George Akpele, but he is fouled and will go to the free throw line. Denny Matthews. You know Denny Matthews?
Most nights I do.
Denny is Mike's older brother, oldest of the 4 Matthews brothers. You're the youngest.
He is. He's my mentor, so he comes back once or twice a year and critiques my work, and that's usually pretty humbling.
Denny inducted into baseball's Hall of Fame recently, and it's great to have him here watching the Redbirds. He does make it to the Christmas game every year.
Yeah. And he critiques your work from Kansas City, Dick. I know you like to hear those comments.
Well, absolutely.
And Bruce's work. He likes to critique that.
Well, he knows a little bit about what he's doing. As Akpele has missed the free throw, another chance for him to cut the lead to 15. And it's not good again, and the rebound tapped around, and Osiris comes up with it, and the Birds come the other way. On the right wing, Eldridge goes to the baseline, loses the ball, a scramble for it, and a whistle, and a timeout, 30-second timeout called by Tim Jankovic. And so the Redbirds currently maintain the possession. I guess they had possession of that ball when they called the timeout, which is brought to you by O'Brien Mitsubishi. Visit today at Fort Jesse Road and Veterans Parkway in Normal, or at O'BrienTeamNormal.com.
You know, Dick, we thought concentration would be a problem in the game tonight, and it was, and then it was, then it was, then it wasn't. So Illinois State's kind of turning it off and on, and Grambling's play very hard, but boy, our kids seem to have a lot of trouble concentrating, Dick, over an extended period of time.
So, yeah, sustaining the concentration, and That's a little harder to do when you're up by, well, they were up at one point by 24. That does make it more challenging, doesn't it?
Yeah, and the coaches are using more players and trying to get more guys into the game. So, yeah, the concentration stuff, but it's just one of those nights. You got to play tough. You got to be mentally tough.
Let's head over to our Central Illinois Regional Airport sideline, Mike. Bruce.
Well, and guys, to add on to that, I think one symptom of that is only 8 assists on the 24 baskets for the Redbirds. It's really hard to do, isn't it? 1 out of 3 of your baskets get an assist.
Well, it's easier to do when you have great one-on-one players like Osiris Eldridge and Jackie Carmichael, as the pass comes out to Rubin. Although Carmichael, of course, usually needs the pass into the post. But Osiris is the guy who can do it on his own. Lloyd Phillips can do that as well, as he fires here off the dribble and misses the 3, and the rebound is taken by Young, and then a whistle and a travel is called against Torres Young as he tried to wind up and deliver that pass to the streaking Donald Qualls at the other end, and he took an extra step before he could get it done.
Well, Lloyd's not having much of a night from the floor, Dick. 2 of 9, and I thought he shot that one just a little bit quick, but he needs to get that shooting eye back before we get into conference play. We need his contributions from outside. So far, he's got 8 points.
Lloyd Phillips delivers it to Alex Rubin on the left wing. Up top, Carmichael. Now to the right side. Here's Phillips. Nice feed inside. Layup for Dienma. Reversed it with the left hand after getting the lob over the defender from Lloyd Phillips. Odiakosa now with 13 points. Dienma in double figures scoring-wise for the 11th time in 12 games, as the shot here is not good. And the rebound for Lloyd Phillips. Furtado finally missed one, and there's the alley-oop dunk for Osiris Eldridge as he came streaking down the right baseline and hammered that home for a 20-point Redbird lead.
And, Dick, those are your Schooners' hot points as Osiris brings one in from the north parking lot and hammers it down.
First Eldridge bucket of the second half. He now has 20 points for the game as Furtado has it left wing. Up high, here's Qualls with 4:47 left in the game. Qualls drifts toward the right. Continues the dribble. Now he tries to drive on Rubin, who stays right with him, forces a tough shot. It's an air ball, rebounded by Eldridge. Here come the Birds. Osiris to Phillips. Phillips pulls up, 15-footer, no. And the rebound kept alive by Carmichael, but out of bounds off of Jackie, and it belongs to the Tigers of Grambling State. Now Maurice Wilkerson gets back in the game for the Tigers, as does Aris Perkins. This is the 11th game for the Redbirds. I said 11 out of 12 in double-digit scoring for Dienma, but it's 10 out of 11. But amazing consistency for him scoring.
Yeah, we take him for granted, and I think his teammates sometimes forget about him inside, and I'd like to see the ball go inside more often to him.
Here's a block from behind by Osiris Eldridge as Perkins was streaking from the right wing and got it knocked away from behind. Birds have the rebound off the block. Rubin inside to Dienma, and the ball knocked out of bounds by Grambling State. Still belongs to Illinois State. With 4:03 now left here at Redbird Arena. And the crowd, 5,691, a little smaller than I thought it was.
A little bit smaller than I thought it was. I predicted over 6, and 5691 is the final figure.
Here's Phillips with it on the right wing. Lloyd up top, gives it inside to Dienma, right of the lane. He finds Osiris. Open three is good. Eldridge now with 23 points, and the Redbirds lead by those 23 at 74-51.
You know, Osiris makes that shot from the deep corner look so easy, and that's probably the toughest shot on the court.
Theoretically it is. You don't have quite the perspective that you do from up on top, as the shot is blocked by Phillips. Lloyd went up for a shot just right of the circle, and Lloyd got up there and swatted it away. Birds rebounded off the block, and Carmichael comes the other way and draws yet another foul, and he'll go back to the free throw line, but not until another official's timeout, our last one of the game. 3:27 to go. Redbirds comfortably ahead, 74-51, as we're back after this on the Redbird Radio Network.
This holiday, you know what I'm getting my husband? A cat. That's right, a cat. Cats are cute and cuddly. They make great pets. You can train them. You can play with them. You know what I'm getting my mother? A cat. My father? A cat. That little girl, Susie, from across the street, you know what? She gets 2. I like her. We can even start a cat Christmas play or cat carolers. Little antlers on their heads.
As the
pressure of holiday shopping finally got to you, relax. Meijer has all the gifts you need, from electronics to toys to clothes, all at low prices, so you won't lose your shirt or your mind. Meijer, higher standards, lower prices.
Buying a new or used car can be nerve-wracking, but Extreme Motors takes the worry of buying a car right out of the equation. Drive Hyundais, Kias, and Nissan, and buy with confidence, because Extreme Motors offers lifetime warranties on all new and used vehicles. Extreme Motors, 2029 Ireland Grove Road, and 1608 South Morrissey in Bloomington. Or visit driveextreme.com.
Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Do you really want it? Go Extreme. Extreme is the one. Click, click, click. DriveExtreme.com.
Hey, Redbird fans, this is Beth Wisman. Join me weekdays from 12 to 2 and get the latest on what's happening across McLean County on your Sports Voice, 1230 WJBC.
74-51. The Birds lead it here by 23 with 3:27 left to go. The Redbirds will head for home for Christmas tomorrow, and they'll have 3 days, and we'll be back on the 26th to begin getting ready for Wichita State on the 29th. 1 week from tonight, the Shockers will be here at Redbird Arena.
Well, the conference schedule is right in your face, isn't it, with 3 quality opponents right out of the gate.
The Missouri State on the road on the 1st, Southern Illinois at home on the 3rd. That's a week from this Sunday.
It's just a different atmosphere. It's a different game altogether, it seems like. When the conference season starts, you know, the smiles go off the coaches' faces, the smiles go off the players' faces, and it becomes full time.
Therese Young is the one who fouled Jackie Carmichael, who now goes to the free throw line for his 11th and 12th free throw attempts of this game. The freshman out of Manhattan, Kansas, shoots it good. Came into the game shooting, was it 58% from the free throw line. He's now 8 for 11 tonight. Chance to get to 75% for this game, and he does. He makes them both. He's made 4 straight now from the line. He averages, coming into the game, 2.5 attempts per game, but he has a dozen attempts in this game, and the Redbird lead is 25. That's the biggest of the night. Now the driving pass goes to the corner. Perkins with it there, moves it to the other side, and Qualls' 3 is good. Donald Qualls has his 3rd 3 of the game and has 13 points in all, and it's 76-54. The Redbird lead chopped down to 22.
You know, Grambling had any type of inside game, Dick. They have plenty of weapons from outside, but boy, there is absolutely nothing going on inside.
As Eldridge has it for the Redbirds at the left wing. Finds Rubin, and now Carmichael is pushed, and he will go right back to the line as little Reese Perkins pushed Carmichael down in the post. That's not a good matchup there for Grambling State. Perkins at 5'10", and Jackie at 6'9".
Well, as the ball was coming down, Carmichael was pointing to the top of Perkins' head like, this is a nice matchup. Give me the ball.
Carmichael at 15 points is 1 shy of his career high. He misses that free throw, so he can match his season best, which is the same as his career best. He's only played 9 games as a Redbird. Justin Clark, meanwhile, checks into the game, and Osiris Eldridge sits down for the Birds with now 2:47 left. And the Redbirds on top by 22.
Osiris, 9 of 13, Dick, 4 of 6 behind the arc for his 23 points and 5 rebounds, and it's good to see Osiris shooting the ball well.
Carmichael makes the free throw. He's attempted 14 free throws. The rest of the Redbirds collectively have attempted 7. As Perkins brings it across the timeline. And a steal by Rubin from behind. He took it away from Wilkerson. The Birds up 77-54, come the other way. Phillips fakes the shot. Now gets it partially blocked. The block comes off to Odiokosa. The Birds still have it. Shot clock not reset, of course, but there's still 20 seconds left. As Phillips has it at the left side. Now he bombs a 3 and misses it in and out. And the rebound for Dienma, who's fouled on his way back to the goal. And he'll shoot free throws. As Wilkerson picks up his 3rd. Dienma 1 for 2 from the line in this game, has 13 points in all as he tries to expand Illinois State's 23-point lead. 11 rebounds for Odiokosa as he misses the free throw.
You know, that's almost, as you look down at the stat sheet, you almost kind of go ho-hum with 15, 14, 13 points, and 11, 12, 13 rebounds for Dima. Boy, that's nice to be able to count on game in, game out.
As the next throw is good. Dienma now 2 for 4 from the line as the lead is up to 24 at 78-54. Dienma with that made free throw leaves the game. Kellen Thornton is back in. Meanwhile, Osiris is out of the ball game now as Aris Perkins comes to the wing and gets run over by Kellen Thornton. Kellen couldn't stop his momentum, and he crashed into Perkins, who had put on the brakes.
And Perkins isn't very happy about it, and Thornton did everything he could to stay out of his way, and Perkins finally feels he's getting picked on. He had Carmichael trying to guard Carmichael at one end, and he's got Thornton climbing all over him at the offensive end. What the heck's going on?
Not supposed to be around all these big guys.
Check the stats, guys. I'm 5'9".
Don't you have a 5'9" player you can get in the game? As he misses the first of the 1-and-1, and the rebound for Tony Lewis. And so the Redbirds still up 78-54, and now we're inside of 2 minutes to go. Across the timeline comes Terry Johnson, now operating at the point as Phillips has gone to the bench. Johnson to the left wing, spins it off to Clark. Now here's Thornton. He'll try for 3, and he missed it again, and the rebound for Perkins. Kellen made his first 3 attempt in this game. He has since missed 3 in a row as the ball is back into the hands of Perkins from Lloyd. Now Kevin Lloyd has it. And the Redbirds in that 2-3 zone again as the shot off the dribble is good by Kevin Lloyd. Buries a 2 just inside the arc. I'm sorry, it's Perkins and not Lloyd who makes the basket. 78-56, 22-point lead for the Redbirds. Here now is Clark with 1:10 left. Dribbles toward the goal, now forced back out. Thornton has it at the high post. Rubin to Clark. Inside, it goes to Lewis. He steps, faces the defender, and travels as he does it, which reminds us of Susie Davis Traveled American Express, home of the family spring break cruise. Visit online at suzidavis.com. Now Matt Coates checks in, and Alex Rubin sits down for the Redbirds. Good game for Alex. He made all 3 of his shots and had 4 assists. And played his usual good defense. As Qualls shot fake and a pass back out. Lloyd tries for 3, misses that time. Lewis with the rebound. And now 44 seconds to go. The difference between the clocks is 11 seconds. As Clark has it. Justin on the move, spins it out to the corner. Thornton back to Justin Clark. Matt Coates, the walk-on from Peoria, goes to Clark. Justin Clark right of the lane, back to Thornton, another 3. It's an air ball, rebounded by the Redbirds, and now they can hold it until the end of the game, but they don't. Lewis shoots a 15-footer, not good. Thornton gets the rebound, goes up and scores. Kellen Thornton gets his first basket of the second half, 80-56, Birds by 24, 9 seconds left. Here's Perkins with it. Aris Perkins spins it back to Qualls. A bomb is not good with 2 seconds. Thornton rebounds it. That'll be the game, and the Redbirds win it by the final count of 80-56.